Alright, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video, and I'm gonna talk about this article I saw. Well, it's on my local Pittsburgh TV news about one woman dropping out of the Miss Pennsylvania pageant because she claims she's having her life threatened. And I'll say, too, just to remind you guys, I like to put a picture of the article in my video and all that stuff, say where I'm getting it. But I'll put it in a link somewhere, not to spend all day talking about it or explaining it with that, but my desktop computer I'm working on it, a new video card and all that, so no editing software to do no fancy trailers or editing, flashy article. I'll put it in a link, description. And I'm going to say this and apply it to all kind of things of this nature too. And also, just in case some news articles like this that say just in case it ends up found out that somebody's fabricating or any kind of crap like this, I'm going to talk about the nature of behavior, why this behavior is wrong. Anyway, just in case somebody goes, oh, now we found out, or a news article pops up that the person gets accused of fabricating anything. But shit like this goes on everywhere. This woman claims that she's having her life threatened, to drop out of the pageant. And she claims, in an interview in the news, which I was watching, that other people were having the same thing done. She claims she come out of the bathroom and says, I'll punch you or beat you or whatever the hell. And if shit like this is going on, if it's empty threats or whatever the hell, well, they claim both people or the commission or whatever claiming, oh, they're letting them still be in the pageant. I think if this gets found out and ends up being true, they should be thrown out of that, because it's supposed to be a pageant, beauty, and all kind of other stuff. If anybody is doing shit like that, that makes them a very ugly person. Yeah. Which, in the same time, talking about ugly people, not to jump off subjects, we had a former Miss Pennsylvania doing something very ugly by faking that she got cancer to get to solicit money from her friends, and they put her in jail. That is ugly. That's another thing. I did a video on it separately years ago, but anyway. And I'd like to gear separately in a video that women should learn how to defend themselves. If you can't not grow muscles, everything, there's ways that women could defend themselves too. And even without violence, there's ways of standing up and defending yourself and discouraging fear of these kinds of things too. Which I'm going to talk in parentheses too, which I accuse innuendos of that going on with women that ain't really women, that identify as women, allowed to go in women's swim teams and go in women's sports. They do without outright threatening. There's body language. They'll even smile at the women or whatever. They want them to go in the locker rooms and being allowed to compete in women's sports, because they are actually losers among men. So instead of training and doing better the next time, they want to feel like they're a winner among women. And even though it's not caught, there's innuendos with body language. Hey, you or me or anybody could go and do a video, or like the YouTuber Awake with JP, maybe choreograph and do a mock play of such things going on. And I think nobody normal, well, I didn't do this video just to talk about stuff like that, but yeah, that goes on too. And that men that identify as women, want to go in beauty pageants and compete against women too. If you are that way and you don't bother anybody and you don't do anything against the law and threaten women, you should have your own pageant. They have that shit all the time too. Talking in parentheses. Like I said, I'm going to try to talk about a couple of things all in one. That, yeah, anybody that identifies as a woman and dresses up as a woman, they can prove that they're very ugly and show, when nobody's looking, very ugly things too. But yeah, there are separate pageants. If you got men that dress up that way, and they should be on their own because it's a total different category. But anyway, yeah, I'm saying this goes on in every walks of life. If racially, not like white people always picking on black people all the time. It goes the other way around too. And you want to talk about other races, not that they're all like that. You had from a earlier movement, of civil rights, you had, we, in a sense, this is the reason why if I want to talk about race, I'll go right ahead and say that I support and share non-woke black YouTubers that are against the bullshit before I try to bring race in it. When I go and tell you that we went from having Martin Luther King and a civil rights movement and to having army soldiers guarding in a high school for some black kids to safely be able to go to school. We went from that to black kids, not saying all of them because they're black, we went from that to them because decades, years later, almost a century later, black people becoming the school bully. Not saying that all black people were bad, both black and white people. I myself, as a wimpy kid, was bullied or harassed in new schools by both white and black bullies, and even women that were kind of like tomboyish, If you were skinny and nerdy at the time, yeah, you'll have women swinging at you too, so women get bullied by other women. So I'm telling you too, on all levels, no matter who does it, bullying, whether threatening physically or doing it with body language, and people doing it in jobs to make people quit. And I'm trying to cover everything around there too. But anyway, if shit like this is caught, and if it's a pageant featuring beauty, they're showing themselves very ugly. Oh, and if you got this far in this video too, it's a ugly world, and women even should learn to defend themselves, even if it's to kick somebody and run to escape being killed or stabbed, like, I talked about some other things going on. But I don't consider that being the answer. For this woman or anybody that claims that their life is being threatened, that they have to leave a thing, I say too that there can be something in their destiny that they can be better off and do better. And it can come to light to those haters and bullies that they have a potential to do real good for themselves, and that bullied them out of the party who bullied them out of a pageant, they can be doing them a favor. They could be destined from something else. I seen a Salvation Army. I swear I seen a Salvation Army kettle in the background of one of the clips from that news article. Anyway, so since I was involved in the Salvation Army, I say that too. So, and I will say another thing too. I'm not being biased when I say this, and nothing against pageants. I don't believe in them. They're stupid. Why should one be accepted? I don't believe in participation trophies either. I believe in equality in a sense that I think there's a thing where you can be a woman if you don't hide behind makeup or anything, or be afraid of the rain. I think you can be beautiful in every kind of way. Wear makeup, which is that you shouldn't be afraid to be seen caught in the rain and be without makeup too. Especially when you marry a guy, they should accept you how you are. When you're seen wearing no makeup. I mean, so I'm not like into participation trophies or making everybody equal in a sense, but beauty pageants, I think they're stupid in a sense. I'm not saying don't do them, but there's a thing in a political sense that you got to make somebody because of their color and because of this or that or nationality for political reasons. Who's this? You're getting in, you don't want to segregate, but you're getting into the idea, oh, if somebody black or white wins a pageant, if they're right to maybe all together diversity, right? But then who wins? There's this political and social political pressure. Have a black woman win or one white women win. You got white people that are Italian, Irish, this or that. You don't want to segregate. But there's pros and cons to having people of different skin colors together in a pageant. You want to say, oh, this one's more beautiful than another, and this one won. You have to have this one of this color win to not look racist. So rather than segregating, I would say, well, certain people with certain colors of skin, you can have, I don't know, Mexican, Italian, Irish in their own pageants, not to segregate. But there's pros and cons to having, that causes nothing but trouble, and I think beauty pageants in a sense. I mean, you got the Universe or whatever, Miss Mexico, mix this or that, Miss this or that. And, hey, you get, say, Mexicans. Some of them are better looking than others, but does that mean they're lesser people? No. People that are Indian, Native American, when I mean Native American or Indian from India. Hey, women from India, some of them look better than others, and some of them are ugly. It's not their fault, but just because they're physically ugly, they're good people inside. And I have my beefs with Miss Universe thing. I mean, it's all in fun, but you want to say if somebody's better or uglier than other, but you don't want to do participation trophies either. But anyway, if you got this far in this video, you got to be really an ugly person and very insecure about yourself if you have to threaten somebody else to make them drop out because all they care about is winning. Winning, is that all you want out of life? Winning? And say you win a pageant, what does that do for you in anything else? I mean, career-wise, unless it leads you to other kind of endorsements like makeup and all that, and is that going to last forever? So I say, too, if somebody threatens you and wants to attack you and threaten your family, you should be able to physically stand up and defend yourself, too. And without physical violence, be able to train in some kind of way, say without violence, train for these things, people yelling at you, so that you don't get the body language of being intimidated. Maybe have, practice that. And, if somebody swings at you, be able to move away or block it or whatever the hell too. I think there are dangerous times, like there's that blonde transgender that was going in a movie theater and slashing girls, which is a very cowardly attack, and laughing. I did a video on that. These are dangerous times. Be able to dodge, kick somebody and run, throw something at them if they're trying to attack you. I'm saying all this shit rolled in one. Bullying, whether intellectual or threatening, whether it's threatening of physical violence or other kind of psychological bullying, is wrong. And if you got to do that to make yourself better, because you don't think you're going to win a pageant or a contest or a sport, you're a very ugly person. Something is definitely wrong with you. That if that's what you need, if you don't think you're actually going to win other ways, is that you're going to do that, that's very pathetic, and must not think very highly of yourself if you got to do something. If that is true, that's very dirty. And I'm actually saying this once again, before I end this video, I am outlining the scenario, the what if scenario. I'm telling you if this is going on, if somebody really is doing this and people do it, that it's wrong. So that just in case, when you talk about a particular incident on the news, I gotta say, just in case it got fabricated somehow, every once in a while you'll get a news article that I'll do a video like a fool, and you'll have somebody saying, oh yeah, they found out that this was false. So I'm gonna say, apply that. I'm talking about the behavior. And yeah, there was something on the news article too about the woman's eligibility. I forget what it was, that she lived here or was working here or whatever the hell and moved here. Hey, they're doing that with politicians running too. But so I cover in my bases too. I'm talking about the behavior, not just in this thing about the pageant, somebody dropping out. I'm trying to cover up all. I'm trying to cover for. I'm going to cover all kind of different behavior if people that are engaging the behavior that it's wrong. So whether anybody finds out that, oh, this or that is accused of being fabricated or fake or lying. Oh yeah, like I said too, that shit like that can show up, but oh, it's fabricated, and the people that are protecting the bully will say it's fabricated. Hey, they do that for school bullies too. Doing it now. So yeah, you can find out something is rumored to be fabricated. Yeah, the bullies like to gaslight too, and say, oh, it's fabricated to people on the side of the bully. Or people act real nice and they're liked by their friends and peers, and when nobody is around, they bully somebody and threaten somebody, and haha, look, everybody loves me. I can call you this or that when nobody is around. They all love me. Nobody's going to believe you. That goes on too. That goes in abusive households. One person's more popular. This person in school is more popular. Haha, look at this. Everybody loves me. You're just a lying piece of shit. Anyway, you get the basic idea. So yeah, I'm just telling you that just in case anybody plays any games with me there, you know what I mean? I put that on the table as a possibility in case anybody's fabricating or accused of fabricating. Not being repetitive, talking about the behavior, why it's wrong. If they're doing it, it's wrong and it's stupid. And cowardly too, you know, they're not that tough. They're actually they're not as tough as they're pretending to be either when they do these things. Trying to intimidate others, you know, they're a piece of crap.